Yes. Close my eyeball. I'm going to try the no cursing again. See how far that gets us. We slipped up once in the last one. I think only once. I don't know.
Your influence.
It's always my fault. Okay, so let's discuss.
Ew.
Cayman McIlroy. Cayman Common. We've had this discussion before. Cayman Common. Wanted us to discuss Toby's mom's death and how it could tie in with the storyline. Here's what we think. Now, this is going back to Jason having a twin theory, possibly tying in with it, or one of the De Laurentises having a twin theory. We're thinking that whoever was in that institution, which if Jason had a twin, guaranteed if it was a girl twin, she would be blonde, or like, you know what I mean? I would think so.
I would assume so.
I would
absolutely.
assume so. But the thing is if that was Jason's twin or Allison's twin or somebody's CC freaking anybody in there, whoever was in there, I honestly believe 100% whoever was on the phone with Mrs. De Laurentiis that night that Allison got hit over the head, whoever she was on the phone with, the person that they were discussing was the person that pushed Toby's mom off the thing. Whether she was discussing like how did that happen, like keep me updated. Like she's on the board of trustees at Radley.
Not to say that Toby's mom was killed at the moment that Allison was hit over the head.
No, but it could have been earlier that day.
It very well could have been.
It could have been a year ago, and that's why. Like, you know what I mean? It could have been anything, and that person just escaped or anything like that. So let's talk about it being possibly Jason's twin. Why would they push Toby's mom off of wherever? I don't know. I can't give you that information. I have no clue. I'm not even about to try and come up with a theory on that one. I don't know.
Because we don't have enough information to formulate any kind of opinion on that at this point.
For the sake of arguing, we're not going to touch base on that subject. However, I do feel as though her death does play a very, very significant role in this whole story.
So much so that, it's Toby's situation alone.
But our big thing, okay? You guys know that we are firm believers in the fact that Ren is Big A. We believe that. I will take that to my grave, even after they show who Big A is.
It's not him, it was Ren.
It was Ren. I don't care. It was Ren. We really honestly believe that. And here is our thing. I know we've talked about this before, but we're going to talk about it again. Dr. Palmer. Toby's mother's doctor.
The British
Would you like a macaroon? The British doctor. Now, we know two British people on this show.
Himself.
Ren and Dr. Palmer. Now, am I saying if they throw another British person on the show, they're going to be related? They're all related? No. I'm not trying to be racist or prejudiced or stereotypical or whatever you want to call it.
Listen,
I'm just stating the facts. I'm stating the facts, okay? We know that Dr. Palmer is in a home right now. He has dementia.
Think to the part where Ren was having a discussion with Hannah and said that his father also has mental issues. That his father doesn't even pretty much know who he is. You know what I mean? Like he pretty much came out and said that he was like ashamed of his dad. Like that's how I took it. But now think to when Toby went to visit Dr. Palmer. And his parting words to Toby being, tell your mother to stay away from that blonde girl.
Tell your mother to stay away from that blonde girl. Meaning Jason's twin. Meaning Allison's twin. Meaning Allison herself. Meaning he's a batshit crazy lunatic who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
And he saw a macaroon and it turned into a person.
Yeah. Here's our thing, okay? I honestly feel like this whole Marion Cavanaugh being pushed and them covering it up, I kind of feel like that jeopardized Dr. Palmer's job a little bit, because I don't think that he wanted to cover it up. I think he wanted it, like, when he was all there insane, I think that maybe he was fighting with them, like, no, she was afraid of somebody, she got pushed, this is what happened, she didn't jump off that building, she was fine, okay, she was talking.
In theory, and not to cut you off, but if we were saying earlier, then we don't know, possibly Marion Cavanaugh was pushed off the roof the same night as Allison was hit over the head. How the hell did he go downhill so fast?
Oh, I don't think it was the same night. I don't think Marion Cavanaugh, I'm pretty sure
because I thought that's what you referred to before when we were talking about Allison getting hit.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm saying it could have happened that way, but I'm just saying chances are it was not that Marion Cavanaugh didn't. I don't think Marion Cavanaugh died the same night that Allison got hit over the head.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm
just so we're clear.
But I'm saying that I honestly believe that Dr. Palmer did not want to. I think Radley wanted to cover it up. Hello, the Board of Trustees, was she trying to protect somebody in Radley that did this? We know that there was a lot of false reports. Mr. Hastings was trying to bring it all out into the surface.
Peter in that area too.
Yeah, but Dr. Palmer, I believe, maybe fought them and didn't want to cover it up. I think that this is if Big Ren is if Ren is Big A, I think that this is where it all started. I think that his father lost his job and therefore pretty much
caused Ren to go into a cacophony of nonsense and torturing teenage girls.
Well, no, I mean, okay, the way that I have to explain it is I don't think that Ren is going after these girls because Mrs. De Laurentiis covered up a murder at Radley. That's not what I'm saying. I think that was his starting point.
Okay.
And unraveled other stuff along the way.
Causing him,
okay, you know, Mrs. De Laurentiis, you know, I'm just saying this is not what I'm saying happened, but I'm just saying this as a for instance. You know, speaking as Ren, Mrs. De Laurentiis, you made my dad lose his job, his livelihood. We don't know if we might find out down the road that really is his father, and his father lost his wife, and you know, whatever, because of all this. Like, this could have had like a freaking like cosmic effect of everything that ever happened in Ren's life. Like, you know what I mean, in the past couple years.
Don't forget, Ren also refers to the word ruler when you look up the meaning of the name Ren.
Yeah. I really honestly feel that maybe
seriously though, like, if you can think of a reason why he wouldn't be A, by all means let us know what you think, because with everything that
I think there's so many clues pointing to him,
and I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say
I don't know much motive.
Exactly. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say yes, we are firm believers that if they're making somebody look bad, chances are they're good. And vice versa. Ren, you might argue, was coloring a picture of a girl in a red coat.
That's like the only thing we've ever seen him do blatant. Like, oh my God, that's a big clue.
Who's to say he didn't see someone in a red coat? Whatever. You know, that's stretching it a bit, but the thing of it is, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Yeah. And I know that, you know, we're contradicting ourselves by saying this, but the truth of the matter is, it really doesn't say anything about it.
We do know that he's, like, at the root of everything. I mean, he really is.
Now, the next question is he the person that owns the lodge that Ezra was
staying at?
Where Arya found his book.
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is like, there's a lot of subtle clues out there for Ren.
Subtle.
But the thing is, we don't really know a motive. We're thinking maybe the motive has something to do with Radley.
And Palmer being his father.
But like I said, other than that, I'm completely lost as to why he would want to torture these particular girls. Did Allison at one point meet Ren, become friends with Ren, and make up a bullshit story about these girls? make up a bullshit story about these girls.
Is it possible that Ren is board shorts?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I understand.
We've said that before.
Board shorts, whatever, Ezra or whatever, but.
Well, he's board shorts. Is it possible that he's beach hottie?
That's it. Beach hottie. Thank you.
But the thing is, like, okay, was she friends with Ren? She did mention that she knew a doctor that can get her on the pill. Now, was Ren a doctor at that point? We don't know because he's graduated 775 times from 75 different things. But
the psycho guy that was chasing the dog.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, we don't know. Were they friends at one point? It's possible. Did Allison, we all know how Allison's a drama queen and she likes to be the center of attention. Did she make up something about these girls? Like, you know, she could have been like, you know, these girls blinded my friend, and so, like, covering her tracks almost, like, you know what I mean? I know that this is very far out there, but I'm just saying as a for instance of what, around what could have, like, played out, whatever, but she could have made up something and said, like, you know, I'm afraid of these girls, whatever, and this and that, and Ren could have been taking care of it for her.
Yes. Just seeing if we have any comments.
Oh, I was like, what the hell?
We have 3 likes.
But, yeah, I'm not sure as to what his motives are, but are we really sure of anybody's motives on this show?
No.
The only person that I honestly feel has the biggest motive, not Mona. Mona's being a little biatch. I think so. I think Mona right now is really making me mad. She's being a very, very big baby. You cannot tell me that you are being this type of person just because this girl made fun of you in high school. To me, that doesn't make much sense considering how smart Mona is. Like, you know that you'll be fine. She's not a threat anymore, so why are you...
When she turns to you in an act of friendship and asks you for help.
Regardless of how, you know what I mean? Like how...
I'm sorry, but I wouldn't have the heart in that situation to
turn her away.
To be that mean to somebody.
But the only other person, like Mona's, no. Ezra, no. Like what? What? Did she get you kicked out of Penn State just like... Because we know that... We'll talk about that in another video. That's weird the way that played out. But... Remember that when you talk about that because I'll forget. But, like, the only other person that has a motive, the only person that I could think about that has a motive, that we know of their backstory. We could turn and find out, like, oh my god, I can't believe that Allison would do that to that person. Like, she deserved everything she got, and so did these girls. That could happen somewhere down the road, but as of this point right now, the only other person that has a motive big enough to do this to these girls is Toby. Mm-hmm. Toby, first of all, got blamed for the Jenna thing. They tortured him, sent him to juvie. Then he comes back and everybody thinks he's a murderer and gets shunned in his own town pretty much. He was on the run. They, like, completely messed up his life before everything went back to normal. His life was shot. Jenna raped him, pretty much. Like, coerced him into having...
I'm sorry, I don't believe 9/11 Free at Last refers to Jenna.
No. Something's up.
Or was it 9/01? 9/01.
Whatever the hell it was. But yeah, I honestly think that if anybody has motive, it's Toby. I'm not saying he's Big A, but I'm just saying that he has the biggest motive. So what could all these other people what could Big A possibly have against these girls? Do you know what I mean? So, well, that's that. So let us know how you feel. Right? Bye.